Welcome back to Let's Play Quantum Break. I'm BurningDogFace, and we're here in the CFR chamber, where we can finally get our hands on the countermeasure. I noticed in the preview for the junction that on the surrender side, where Serene lets himself turn into a shifter, instead of having Burke in a striker suit opposing Jack, it looked like Charlie was waiting for him in a striker suit to help him. You know, so sorry about that, Charlie, my bad. But I did notice, he mentioned Charlie Wincott in the voiceover thing, but if he hadn't said that, I would not have recognized him, because it just looked like a generic striker model, because all you can see is the eyes. And I realized, I'm pretty sure that, other than having his face in emails, Charlie never actually appeared in-game. I guess the same is true about Fiona, now that I think about it. Don't step on the dead guy. He gave his life to help you. Personal notes on the CFR, January 5th, 2011, Dr. Henry Kim. This thing feels like a conundrum wrapped in a puzzle. It's an incredible piece of technology, and I feel like we're only scratching the surface of what it can do, when we have already learned so much. I thought I had a good understanding of the intricacies of chronon particles and their practical applications before. Now I realize that I've still got a great deal to learn. The chronon field regulator, as I've decided to call it, is a little miracle. Such a small device can do so much is beyond me. I know it taps into the Mayer-Joyce field, but I don't know how. My experiments just show it can do it. It can also manipulate the field. Wish I knew how. Still, the mechanics of its operation give me ideas, new avenues of thought I've been trying to find for such a long time. The task that I've been set by Mr. Serene has, frankly, stumped me for years. Knowing that what we observe as the passage of time is just the result of chronon particles being constantly generated within the Mayer-Joyce field is a simple fact that I've been aware of for a long time. But being able to manipulate those particles in a meaningful way, well, that's another question. The mechanics of the situation are clear, almost frustratingly so. In a zero-state environment, there are no chronon particles, and thus time is frozen. The idea of artificially flooding an area with chronon particles to enable the passage of time is the obvious solution, but actually finding a way of doing that, that's something else. Not only are chronon particles incredibly difficult to source, so obtaining enough to actually stutter-proof an area for any time longer than a fraction of a second has always seemed impossible. Perhaps even more importantly, the mechanism of manipulating the particles in a way that would actually allow me to define a certain volume of space as stutter-proofed has constantly eluded me. Well, Ground Zero has solved the former problem for us. Alright, emphasize that wrong. Well, Ground Zero has solved the former problem for us. We're almost up and running, and very soon we'll have the ability to harvest chronon particles at useful rates. We'll be able to build a truly formidable stockpile of them in the years to come. As for the latter problem, manipulating the chronon particles, that seems to be something the CFR does with ease. Its ability to tap into the Mayer-Joyce field, and effect changes, that's a wrong effect, in its topology, I think that's a wrong effect, is exactly what I need. Unfortunately, I don't know how it does it. I don't have a clue. And I don't know how to effectively control these effects. But my research into the practical effects of its operation has given me ideas for a different kind of chronon technology that works on a somewhat similar principle, except instead of tapping into the Mayer-Joyce field, it generates a similar localized field of its own, an artificial chronon particle field, and within that field, we can manipulate chronon particles at will. This means that we should be able to create stutter-proofing technology, allowing us to shield a certain area from the effects of zero-state, and I believe I will be able to miniaturize the technology to allow for personalized devices of the same effect, almost like an environmental suit of sorts, or the harness the user would wear to create a chronon field around his body. There are still many challenges here, one of which is that the Any significant volume of stutter-proofed space will incur an unacceptably high drain on chronon particles, which are a decidedly limited resource. Obviously, with a lifeboat protocol requiring a large stutter-proofed area that we can maintain for years, quite possibly decades, this is a critical issue we have to solve, and Mr. Serene has made that quite clear to me. Frankly, even with Mr. Hatch backing me, the thought of disappointing Serene over this makes me quite anxious. I understand his concerns, and they are of course entirely founded, but the man's intensity is unnerving. In any case, I'm hopeful that I will be able to figure out this problem soon. I'm hoping to be able to use the CFR itself to regulate the flow of chronon particles. Given its nature, I suspect it might be eminently suitable for such a role in the lifeboat project, and cut down our chronon consumption rate by a great margin. My control over the CFR is limited, but there seems to be a very basic functionality for it, so I'm optimistic that I can do it. I'm still looking into it, one thing at a time. We've already made great progress, and I will say that Mr. Serene's been quite complimentary with these successes, so I think he'll give us the time we need. Well, it's not like he has a lot of choice in the matter. I'll be honest, the CFR is becoming a bit of an obsession for me. I wish I could sit down and have that conversation, and just ask those questions. How did he build it? What's it actually for? But I've been denied that opportunity. A part of me wants to open the CFR up and get to the bottom of it, but the potential consequences terrify me. We've already seen what it can do if unleashed. Yeah, that makes sense. I've been wondering why, it seemed kind of questionable that this scientific research corporation was afraid to disassemble the thing in case they couldn't make it work again, but given that it created Ground Zero, I can understand being hesitant to mess with this particular device. Even worse, there's a possibility, and there's that again, even worse, there's a possibility that I couldn't put it back together. Just the idea of making a mistake like that is a positively bowel-liquefying thought. Having to explain that to Mr. Serene? No, thank you. So as it is, I've only dared to open up a bit of the casing to get a rough idea of some of the engineering inside. It's amazing work, and it's certainly been a lesson in humility for me. I still have a lot to learn, but I'm a very fast learner, and this has to be the most important work anyone has ever engaged in the history of humanity. Humble much. If we succeed in our mission, the world will not soon forget the name of Dr. Henry Kim. Interesting. Well, I guess I'll just go grab it then. Yes, no time like the present. Well, not at the moment, given that no time is actually happening, but...
It took 11 years for Will to build the countermeasure. Beth died for it, and I knew it could fix the fracture. This fucking thing.
Beep.
Problem was, I didn't have a clue how to use it. The only person who did was dead. But Monarch had a way of getting to him before that ever happened. The university time machine. They've got the core here. Monarch had built their own time machine above the CFR chamber. That's where I needed to go.
You still believed you could go back and save your brother?
Yes.
No, that means he didn't. Spoilers, Ogawa. Oh. Who just leaves a box in a freight elevator? Oh. There is absolutely no way this can possibly be working, by the way. Unless this elevator, fires at the speed of light.
Paul took the core of the time machine from the university, hooked it up to his own machine. It was part of his sick desire for control, but that gave me one last shot at fixing things. I could go back, maybe get to Will before Paul killed him. And if I could get the countermeasure in Will's hands, maybe I could still turn everything around.
Oh. Yeah, I found all the things, so I guess I'll just look at this ammo over here.
The core was set, the machine was prepped. I had to put the core door in place.
Oh. I don't know where that happened. I don't remember. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's right. That doesn't work the way you expect it would. Well, since I don't have to look for the things, I guess I'll just look around a little bit and enjoy the scenery, and that's about it. Oh, right, yeah. Because you need time to operate the time machine. Not like, elevators. Everyone knows those happen instantaneously. Those toasters? No, those are not toasters. Sorry about that. My, timer failed to, light up the screen on my phone for a solid minute after it went off. Stupid low power mode. Automatic grenade launcher. Fucking thing caused all this trouble. I knew that. Oh yeah, the thing goes away. I knew that. Yeah. Great big obvious control panel.
Okay, this should do it.
Deploying the corridor. Phase 1 underway. Please clear all personnel from the shuttle.
Sniper cover.
Of course.
How was that noise? Oh god, no shields! Can't punch that guy, he doesn't exist yet. Oh, I really like this. It's mixed strikers with regular guys, and the stutters are flickering on and off. You are not awake anymore. Dumbass. What the fuck is that noise?
HQ, hostile in sight.
They didn't enjoy that very much. Ah, fuck. Oh, God. What are you fucking doing? Jesus Christ! Why the hell did he turn around? I was pointing the stick in the other direction. Like, every step he took towards the camera there, that was not me. And there's no, cover button in this game, so it's not like I pushed a thing and started walking towards the nearest, Holy shit. That was just fucking embarrassing. Wait, shield.
Of course.
Eat a penis! Ow. Crispy. Do you mind, asshole? You know what? I didn't actually have one of those abilities. Oh, my powers. What? Oh, the eye flashed because it was coming back, that's right. Another one? The guy's totally dead.
Gotta move.
Oh, fuck off. Alright, can't punch those guys. First bullet.
Jesus. Are you serious? It's fine, let's go.
Hey, your buddy's super dead, just FYI. Oh shit.
Stay sharp. Gotta find it.
That's my cue.
This is crazy, go nuts! Donkey punch! Oh, they all have an explodey weak point on their back. Would have been nice to know that several hours ago. Holy! Oh, my heart. I need that to live.
Deployment confirmed. You are now ready for insertion. Thank you for your patience.
Oh, you're welcome, you very slow machine lady. The machine was ready. I just needed to put in the date.
You could send someone to 2022 to see if we get things wrapped up by then, but I guess not. I wonder why Paul thought it was 2021. Maybe he took refuge in like a guy's dorm room who had a novelty calendar up or something.
The earliest I could go back to was the time that the core was first activated. At the university.
Not much time to rescue your brother.
I didn't have a choice.
You better be as advertised.
In, So every year, my parents get all four of their children a calendar for Christmas. It's a tradition. And pretty much every year, my brother Jeff, who lives and breathes hockey, gets a calendar featuring people from the current lineup of the Toronto Maple Leafs. And in, I think it was 2006, both my mother and my father went out and bought a Maple Leafs calendar. separately, so they had an extra one lying around, and that's no good, because what the fuck are you going to do with another calendar? So what my mother did was, look up the next time that, accounting for the days shifting forward and, keeping leap years into account, when is the next year where all the days are going to fall on the same day of the week as in 2006? And she gave it to him in, I want to say she gave it to him, I can't remember if she gave it to him in 2017 or for 2017. Either way around, he opened up this calendar and said, oh, it's Maple Leafs, what a surprise. And then he got really confused because some of the guys on there had been retired for years. I just wanted to share that. And, there's that timer. I can't believe I spent 10 minutes talking about calendars and fighting those dudes. But, I'm BurningDogFace, and I'll see you in the next episode of Let's Play Quantum Break, when we head into the light, and, that's a nice shot. And, find out once and for all if it's possible to save well. Wish me luck. Later!